Testing one, Chief.
Good afternoon, everyone. Could I have your attention, please? Could you please silence your cell phones for our ceremony? I would greatly appreciate that. And I truly want to thank every car owner that came out today. Thank you for your support. Many of you that know me know what I think about car people that don't go to car shows in the rain. I own 5 cars and I go in the rain. So those other people stay home and polish your car in the garage. I'd like to welcome everyone to today's ceremony to honor veterans, America, our military, and our flag. I am Master Chief Richard Iannucci, United States Navy retired, and also the commander of the National Association of Naval Veterans, Port 5 in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Will everyone please rise? It is now my honor to introduce Karen Malowski, National Anthem.
Right and shift. Freeze and hard.
Color guard, attend, cut. Carry, color. Freeze and hard.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Karen. I'd now like to introduce Virginia Harris, President of the Friends of Boothe.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny Harris, President of the Friends of Boothe Park, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 34th annual opening day of the park. You may have heard some interesting stories about the eccentric Boothe brothers, David and Stephen Boothe, who developed this museum and all of the buildings that are on it and collected the artifacts that you'll find within them, and then left them at the end of their life to the people of Stratford. However, this opening day actually celebrates the anniversary of their father's birth. David Boothe Sr. was born on May 18 of 1813 and lived to be 96 years old. So this is the 205th anniversary of his birth. The Boothe brothers' father was very bright, and he was a very successful businessman. He was a leader in Stratford Congregational Church, and he served on the boards of many Bridgeport banks. Although the Boothe brothers were a bit more eccentric than he and more fun-loving for sure, they were also very successful businessmen. They loved their family, and they loved the people of Stratford, often throwing big parties in the Coliseum right over there and inviting the public. It was the Boothe brothers' desire that their father's birthday be honored every year, and it's for this reason that the Friends of Boothe sponsor this opening day on Sunday in May, closest to the 18th of May. And the cake that's being served by the Friends over by the homestead is in his honor. The Friends of Boothe is an all-volunteer nonprofit organization that supports the park and museums. Our latest project has been a collaborative one with the town of Stratford and the state of Connecticut. And it is the renovation of an old barn that's located behind the Americana Museum. I'm going to point the direction of northeast most building. And it has been repurposed into a visitor center. It was completely renovated and restored. And that whole process took about 18 months. And for the first time, it will be open to the public today. So directly after this ceremony, we're going to have a ribbon cutting ceremony to open up the new visitor center. And I hope as many of you as possible will come and join us for that ribbon cutting ceremony. And you'll have a chance to take a look at what was accomplished and also take a peek. There's a wonderful video about the park, and there are some very interesting exhibits that are in process, so please join us. In September, I'm happy to report that the Friends, again, will sponsor Civil War Day at the park. Some of you may remember we did that in 2016, and we're again going to do it this year. So please mark your calendars for Saturday, September 29. That event will take place from 10 a.m. till 3 p.m. And if you were here in 2016, you know it was a pretty interesting and exciting event. The reenactment will be done by Company F of the 14th Connecticut Volunteer Infantry, which is a nonprofit historic preservation and education organization focused on the Civil War. And they really do a wonderful job. If you haven't already picked up a copy of the schedule for the day, you can get them on the table that is outside the homestead. And on the back of that schedule, there's a map, so it helps you to find the different venues for activities. And I would encourage you to take a stroll through our award-winning Rose Garden, where there will be some of our volunteers that tend the roses there to answer any questions you may have. And also, we're very fortunate to have the Stratford Community Band with us again this year, and they will be playing from 1:30 to 3:30 this afternoon. As you make your way around the park today, you'll meet a number of our volunteers in the different museums, and they're ready to answer any questions you may have about the Boothe family and also to tell you some interesting facts about the artifacts. If you think you'd like to become a volunteer with the park, there is a card you can sign. You can put your name and contact information on it, again, over by the homestead, and one of our volunteers will be back in touch with you. There are lots of opportunities for volunteers here, starting with summer interns like high school students and on up. So please join us for the ribbon cutting and the opening of our beautiful new visitor center. And most of all, enjoy your day at the park. Now I would like to introduce you to two of our dignitaries who are here from the town of Stratford. First, we have Judge of Probate, Kurt Albert, here. Thank you for coming. And it's my pleasure to introduce the Honorable Laura Hoydick, Mayor of Stratford, who would like to say a few words to you.
Thank you, Virginia. That was wonderful and very informative. We should all stick around all day. So this activity has been a great favorite of our family. My husband also, Richard, is a car buff. And so we have come to this car show every year since you've had it. And we thank you for being here, Port 5 especially, for your dedication to the country and for the honoring of veterans. And I also would like to thank the Friends of Boothe for their service to our town. The partnership that they have with the town, the Public Works Department, and the volunteers is second to none. It's a love of the history of Stratford and love of the asset that we have. We couldn't show as well as we do without all the volunteers. I'm sure Port feels the same way. So thank you for being here and enjoy the day today.
Thank you, Mayor. We have a few guests here today. I'd like to introduce them. One, her husband was a Pearl Harbor survivor, served on the USS Whitney in Pearl Harbor, December 7th, 1941. He passed away a few years ago. He attended this ceremony many times. Florence Stover. And Port 5 owes its great success to all of its members. And there's very many special members there. One was Cappy. Everybody, Bernard Capadagli. His wife is here today, Jerry. Now I'd like to talk about our flag. If the American flag could speak, I think this is what it might say. I am your flag, and I am proud to be your flag. Together we live in the greatest nation in the world. A free nation where I can fly freely in the breeze outside every home, on the street, in your schools and courthouses. I am not just a piece of brightly colored cloth. I am the symbol that represents something great. My red stripes indicate hardness and courage. My white is a symbol of purity and innocence. The blue color is vigilance, preservation, and justice. I was in the hand of my first president in the blood and snow of Valley Forge. I was there when my nation was born, small, with a wilderness at her back and seas at her sides, and not one friendly neighbor to whom she, as a struggling infant orphan, could call for help in distress. I saw that child survive and grow strong. Most forget, but I still see in the memory those bright and brave young men and women who died at Pearl Harbor, Normandy, the Coral Sea, the Asian jungles, throughout Europe, Korea, Vietnam, and most recently in Iraq and Afghanistan. And when they die for me, I wrap them in my love and drape my honor over their casket. Yes, I might speak because their voices have been silenced forever. I fly proudly over their green graves, praying that wars might end forever. Never forgetting them, I rise every morning to watch over the graves of our finest, whose years were short, but whose service was longer than we can ever measure. I am the American flag, have lived long, traveled far, and endured much. 1 million lives and more were sacrificed to give me the right to speak. I am proud of my people's gift to the world. For more than 200 years, I've been packed in the trunks and suitcases of clergymen, doctors, educators. Together we travel to Africa, China, India, Japan, and all parts of the earth to share the good gift of life we enjoy in America. Americans, be proud of our country. No country knows greater freedom than our country. You can climb any mountain. Possibilities, they're unlimited, except you limit them with a cynical, bitter, negative attitude. Yes, when you see me in church, schools, or flying on the streets, listen to my stars and stripes as I cry out to every boy and girl, every man and woman. Dream your dreams, dare to believe. You can make it in America. I am the American flag. At this time, we will prepare to retire the colors. Color guard. And hut. Harry, go. Freeze it. Hard. Detail. Retire the colors. We are honored to have with us today young Marines from Oakville, Connecticut, VFW, who will raise the colors. Detail, raise the colors. Color guard, ready, 2. We will now set a wreath to honor all that have given their life for our country in defense of our freedom. Post. It's Master Chief Paul Grammer, United States Navy retired, and also Bill Giles, Sardonabee with the United States Navy Seabees. Even though our ceremony is short, it's about what we are in this nation. We're free. We're free because of our military. We're free because of our veterans. And we're free from every person who sacrificed their life for our country. Enjoy it. We live in the greatest country in the world, and people should respect our flag and our country. We will now go to our closing ceremony. Detail, prepare to fire a salute to honor all that have passed before us.
Rifle and just first. Forward, hard. Half right, straight. Aim. 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 Fire. Freeze and time.
Once again, thank you. And if you come across a veteran, all we ask that you say thank you for your service. Thank you, and God bless America.